I'll be right back with some more news. Right now, we got a criminal justice professor charged with setting series of fires around massive Dixie fires in California. Man, they burning up shit too. Right back on Keep It P Podcast. Coming right back. I told you, bye. I told you, didn't I? You feel me? And you know, this is PCP going wild. This is J Lava stepping in for Kendra Blackwood. She couldn't make it today, so I said, you know what, I will fill in for you. And this is a segment we call PCP going wild. So what I need you to do is I need you to come on in, hit that like, hit that share, you subscribe if you have not subscribe already. Subscribe. I know the picture is the same. The picture is the same. I'm gonna change that, but I need y'all to get on up in here. I'm gonna share this to the groups real quick, just so y'all know what's going on. But trust me, it's always going down. Peace, B1, Commander B1. I love that name. I tell you that all the time. Commander B1. You sound like Optimus Prime or some shit like that, cuz it's very strong. I like that shit. Yeah, I'm filling in for Miss Kendra Blackwood. I hope, do y'all enjoy Kendra Blackwood's broadcast? Do y'all enjoy when she come on with like Hold the Mayo and PCP Gone Wild, or like the Kuna Matata Hour? Because I think she does an amazing job, and she's very informative. And I like her sense of humor, and I like the shit that she busts down when she comes on. Cause we just trying to bring this real B1 programming to y'all, man. Like, you can go to other people's channels and get the fluff and the cooning and buffooning and all the disparaging and, you know, the Candace Owens behavior, talking about your black peoples, and we ain't doing that here. Now, if we do talk about a black issue, it is over there on the raw side, because we don't want to talk about our issues or our solutions in front of mixed company. So if y'all want some of that, again, I advise you guys to hit that link in the description and come on over to the raw side of the game. You feel me? Hold on, I'm gonna do one more maintenance thing here real quick. I just want to I want to change the picture of said broadcast right now, and then we can go ahead and get started, because I do this for you guys, and that's just what it is. Alright, because I kind of hate when I do it and they got the same picture on there. It should not. So I need the picture from the exact article to show up in the thumbnail. Also, that's how people get to it as far as the views and shit go too. So give me a second here, guys. Let me put the picture up. Boom. Because his name is Gary Stephen Maynard. So now y'all should see the picture. But let me go ahead and get with this story, because this is a doozy. And you know, I do these stories first of all, because, you know, society would have you believe that people are the worst and they do the most. And I want y'all to know it's not really, that's not the case. So y'all can actually look and read along with me. It says, criminal justice professor charged with setting series of fires. The criminal justice professor in California was arrested over the weekend after federal investigators said he started a series of forest fires in a remote area of Northern California near the massive Dixie fire continues to burn. Agents with California Forestry Department, Gary Stevens, Maynard, was taken into custody on, what's up, mama? Well, he was taken into custody on Saturday and charged with intentional setting fire to a federal land and allegedly setting multiple fires in Lisa National Forest and Shasta Trinity National Forest late last month, right? So this dude was running around creating all type of fires. Let's see what happened. The 47-year-old lecturer, see that now look, now they put, first of all, let me show y'all something about propaganda. In the beginning, in the title, right away, they try to give him credence. They try to edify him. They talking about he's a criminal justice professor. What do we need to know about your profession, sir, is if you burn in fires and you're now a criminal, sir. See, so that's a way that, you know, that's the way that they institute propaganda. Then on this one, they shored that up by saying he's a lecturer. Like, we don't need to know that you do lecturers professionally. So what? And then here go more. He worked at several colleges in the state, including Sonoma State University and Santa Clara University, the Sacramento Bee reported. So now I'm glad that puts a negative connotation on that school and those names, because you never know who's working behind you. What's up, Annette B? I seen you on the last video. That was, who was that, Kendra? She sent me a video and she's like, I know I was off today, but I'll do one video. So she sent it to me and I put it up. Kendra says, hi, y'all. According to the criminal justice complaint filed Sunday in the U.S. District Attorney in the Eastern California, authorities on Monday, July 20th, received reports about a wildfire in western slope of Mount Shasta. Later, the Cascade Fire bloomed out of control. Two vehicles parked about 75 yards off of an unnamed dirt road, one of them in which allegedly belonged to Maynard. So you left your cars out there for people to see? You ain't set the fire and get out of Dodge, dummy. Per the complaint, it says, per the complaint, the investigator, Brian Murphy, approached Maynard's vehicle and he was on the back trying to dig his vehicle out after getting stuck while trying to drive across a particularly buried boulder. Maynard told Murphy that he didn't know anything about the fire, and he became agitated when Murphy told him he wasn't authorized to use the government vehicle to tow Maynard's car. Oh, okay. Upon hearing this, the man appeared agitated and turned away from Murphy, where he returned to digging and working to free his subject vehicle from the position. Murphy recognized that the man's uncooperative and agitated behavior and felt that it was the safest distance from the man. The other car was parked approximately 100 feet away, and the occupant, referred to as Witness 1, said that he had been there since the previous day and had observed an interaction with Maynard on the day of the fire. He told the investigators that Maynard had arrived several hours before the fire started and seemed very angry after he got his car stuck. Witness 1 stated that he had a brief interaction with Maynard, but subscribed concerns about the man's enraged behavior and said that at one point the man pulled out a large knife and looked towards the witnesses number 1 for unknown reasons. Witness number 1 believed that the man was mentally unstable, described as mumbling a lot and having bipolar-like behavior. The complaint said, "Nah, your ass was out there salty that you messed around and got your truck stuck while you was trying to do the shenanigans." That's what happened there. Investigators began to look into Maynard in the earlier months and obtained a search warrant to track his vehicle. Hold on, did y'all hear that? Obtained a search warrant to track his vehicle. So how y'all tracking vehicles, fam? With cameras? Oh, want to see where the vehicle went and what it's been doing, huh? Okay, all right. Investigators began to look into Maynard, track this vehicle, linked him to at least 7 fires in the area, generally increased danger to over 5,000 personnel already deployed and contain ongoing Dixie fired. So he added to the shit, right? What up? Steal my beat. It says Maynard's fire was placed in a perfect position to increase the risk of firefighters being trapped between fires. Oh, that's a little demonization. Look at that. So not demonization as far as in the bad person, but as far as what the act that he did was super bad, which is fluff and bluff. U.S. Attorney Michael said on Tuesday, reiterating that the sentiment during the bond hearing, there are simply no conditions that would be fashioned that can ensure the safety of the public with respect to this defendant, Anderson told the people. So what you mean? Of course he disregarded the safety of the public. He set a fire. What are you talking about? These demons will destroy the... You're right about that, Steal My Beats. And I got like a philosophy about that. I'm willing to say to you that the aliens that we've been talking about already live here. I'm willing to say to you that the reason why the dominant society, you know what I'm saying, feels so emboldened because they probably aliens. All right. Yeah, Mother Earth does hate them as far as the sun. Well, that's another point. See, there you go. See, you're pretty smart, right? So when you think about aliens and all the depictions of aliens been given to you by Hollywood, we already know Hollywood is a spell producer and, you know, controlling of one's reality. So Hollywood will have you... Well, hold on, wait. Hollywood will have you believe that aliens come from another planet because they depleted all their resources and somehow it's all inhabitable to live, so they got to find another place to go to inhabit with new resources. Well, look at Earth. Look at the resources, water, blue, 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 blam, blam, blam. Look how they destroy the water. Now, people who from this Earth and know how important, you know, the air and the water is, the last thing we would be trying to do is pollute it, because you say, hey, I'm probably going to need that, right? Then when you think in terms of depleting resources, what are they currently doing to this planet now? And when I say this, I mean the dominant society. I mean, nobody else is in charge. So what are happening? They're polluting the air, they're polluting the water. So what's going to ultimately happen? The resources on this planet is going to be depleted and they're going to have to move to another one. What is Elon Musk doing right now? He's looking at a way to get stuff over to Mars to move to another planet because they ultimately know they finna fuck this one up. There you go. Sorry I went out on a tangent and a rant, but it is relevant as I get down to the, neuromelanated babies. They want the Eve gene because they know that they, what is that, something Carpenter vampire statuses? Bro, space ain't real. Well, brother, I'll tell you this. I have not made the proper, I have not, okay. Now my question would be, is what do you have to support that claim? Because to make such a huge claim, you got to be able to support that. I would be willing to say, I don't know what the hell's up there. I don't know if the world is round like they say or flat like other people say. How we know we ain't in a snow globe? Like on Men in Black with some, like in some marbles with some aliens playing with us. We don't know any of that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, we don't, I mean, his story is his story. So you only hear from the people who win. You never hear from the people who lose. You know what I'm saying? So that was just a few things to think about. Just like on the subject of death. Like nobody knows if we're going to heaven or not. So every preacher, pastor, rabbi, all that, everybody's speculating. Nobody actually knows what happens when you die, right? Nobody knows that. So it's all speculation. So what I would say is, you know what I'm saying? Live your life to the fullest while you're here right now. Make every day fucking count. Tell the people you love them. You know what I'm saying? Try not to go to bed angry. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Definitely live for today, but think about tomorrow. Because if you wake up, tomorrow gonna be here. You're gonna have to hit it over again. Never stop, never quit up. Be one health and wellness. Man, I've been making great strides and great triumphs in my life here recently. And we're gonna start a show called Be One Health and Wellness, where I'm going to we just gonna talk about health and shit. Mental health, physical health, spiritual health. I mean, non-denominational, because I don't get into the religion shit. I'm the most non-religious person that you would ever want to know. I definitely think about spirits and spirituals. I do have a understanding of things that I do not know, and there are possibilities even when you think in terms of mathematics. You feel me? So you say take advantage of life every day. Hell yeah, take it. Like, man, listen, y'all already know this shit is super short. You feel me? And I don't even have to tell y'all, it's not promised. That's why I had to move that. It's not promised, for real, for real. I was thinking about bouncing out and coming right back in before we go live at 6 p.m. for the flagship show, Keep It P podcast. But I'm gonna go ahead, go get me some libations. My folks' throat sound dry and all that. So we're gonna tap back in. He said they are interdimensional beings. Who was that? Wake up, where you take, wait, where you tapping in from? Wake up. That's from that's from School Days. That's one of my favorite movies. Is that what you made your name from? Tell me if I ain't cold or clever, because I got this little thing in my head when it comes to movies and videos and songs and shit. Like, I can see something and I can reference it real quick. Is that where you got your name from? From School Days? You're supposed to live every day like it's your last. Yeah, you're supposed to. Yeah, well, if you live every day like it's your last, then every day is going to be wild and out of control and not structured. So I just say live in the moment. You know what I'm saying? When you hurt, feel hurt. When you feel good, feel good. When you feel love. Just don't skip over it. Don't dwell in it. Just feel it. Embrace it. And keep pushing. You know that movie. That's right. But I feel you though. No, you're right though, Annette B. You is supposed to make the most of every day. Is what's going on. Attitude of gratitude always. Hell yeah. I just feel like yelling wake up. For real. I be feeling like yelling wake up, man. Like this is a weird thing that I do here, you know, and it shouldn't be weird at all when you really think about it. But due to propaganda and mind control, our people is fucked up in the head. Let's just say it what it is, right? Years of cops, years of black exploitation films, years of demonization in the news every night. Crime this, crime that. Movies this, movies that. We fucked up in the head. We don't even see each other right. I ain't always been like this. I used to be a Kuna Matata, let me tell you. And not like super cooning, as far as I've never been one to try to curry favor or give a fuck about what anybody thinks about me. But in a way I did, by the way I carried myself and some of the ways I thought. And you know what I'm saying? I guess I was kind of almost ashamed of my blackness, as a lot of black people are. A lot of black people won't admit it, but they ashamed of being black. They think there's something wrong with being black. And it's not until you figure out and recognize how extraordinary it is being black is when you'll start to change that mindset. Another one of my big things is religion, and that's not spirituality, that's religion. I think religion is one of the biggest tools that has helped keep us divided. I say, I don't care what you believe in as long as you black first. That's what B1 means. Let's put that Muslim, Christian, Jehovah Witness, Mormon, although I don't know why you would be a Mormon. They didn't let black people in until the 70s, and they think you curse because your skin is a certain way. But I think that everybody should put all that shit aside when it comes to being black and just be black first. I believe in that ideology. That is why I feel strongly about what I'm doing. That's why I have taken it upon myself to provide you guys with a network, what BET should have been, with good black propaganda. Because propaganda works both ways, right? Propaganda works for good and for bad. Me, in my case, the Book of Mormon, Joseph Smith, man, y'all go read up on Joseph Smith. But what if Messiah is black too? Well, I got a theory on that, and I'm just based off what I know as facts. I know if there was a person named Jesus or anything like that, he had to be black by the way niggas condemn him. And I know that Christianity is a derivative of Egyptian spirituality, like Amun-Ra, like Ra and Horus and all of that. Ra is Jesus, born in the sun, blah, 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 all of that shit. 12 disciples could be zodiac signs. It's a lot of similarities between a lot of things. So I don't think that so much that there probably was, and from what I know about white supremacy and my theories on aliens and people and all of that, there probably was a black man back then that could do some extraordinary shit and was crucified like a motherfucker for example of humanity, that if you motherfuckers on this planet are gonna buck up to us, this is what's gonna happen to you. If you think in terms of what bug breaking is, if you think about what they used to do back on slave ships to kind of bug break everybody and keep everybody in line, he said B1 is the most important thing in our lives. You fucking right it is. That, you know what? B1 is so important. But let me finish this thought out. If we think in terms of God, Jesus, and all of that, if you know what you know that in slavery, Christianity was put on our people as a form of control. Whether people want to be like, which is the craziest thing I've ever heard in the world, people want to be like, well, God brought us to America to be in slavery so we could be slaves so we could get to Jesus. Nigga, you sound crazy as fuck. But, and probably one of the reasons why we gravitated towards Christianity, because it felt familiar, because we already spiritual, right? Because the concepts felt familiar, like it come from some Egyptian shit, so it probably felt familiar. We know that they shot off noses of Sphinx and shit, so they ain't know he was black. We know the oldest motherfucker in the world come from Africa. We know this. That's what they want you to tell. And it's funny how they give you little tidbits about what the truth is, but then flip it and spin it on some shit. Because they the same people that are trying to tell you that palm colored people built the pyramids. And we know goddamn well if it wasn't no SPF 35 back then, that shit was not happening. Right? It says, yes, but you can't negate things just because it was used to enslave you. The same things that was used to enslave us is the same truth that liberates us. Well, I would say that's your opinion and you're entitled to it, and I can't negate what you're saying as your truth, because one thing I have recognized throughout my travels in the world is I do recognize that if there's one thing is true, is that everybody in the world has their own perception of what they think God is. Thus meaning, in my opinion, God is of the person and in the person's subconscious and indicative to that person. Because if that wasn't the case, then we wouldn't have 43,000 sects of different Christianities. If y'all didn't know that, there's 43,000 different versions of the Bible, and they all say something different. I don't know if y'all knew that, but when you learn to at least try to find out if what you believe is real, you will come into different information. My job is not to try to fact you out of your belief, because I could never do that. Because another thing beyond religion, and this is just a true statement, so y'all just kind of get a bit of how I feel, but there's no cookie cutout of what a man's supposed to be. And there's no cookie cutout of what a woman's supposed to be. And the reason why I say that is because everybody stands on their own principles from their experiences and what they've been exposed to in their life. And not even twins have the same experiences or perceive the same things from the same actions in life, right? So with that being said, since this is another thing that ties to that individuality thing. People like one of the tenets in religion is you're small and insignificant and you don't matter, you know, in comparison to the universe and other things. I would venture to say that it is indeed the other way around. I would say the individual is the most unique thing in this universe because your presence in it is the only unique thing that has happened and it's going to happen when it comes to you, right? So meaning once your spirit come and grace your presence and once you impact the people's lives and do what you do, it's going to be one and done. And that, I think, makes me unique and special. But see, I think from a different frame point. Because instead of looking outside for answers or giving credit to an outside source for my good deeds and my good thoughts and my good measures, I have built up a confidence in believing in myself, good and bad, fuck ups and good things and mistakes, taking accountability for my own actions, ultimately knowing that I am in control of my destiny. Now that's what I believe. I don't know what everybody else believes, but what that has allowed me to do is gain confidence in the things that I think, the ways that I act, and the stuff that I choose to believe in, right? And I really never had a lot of great belief in a lot of things, but now based off some of my actions and the promises that I'm making to myself and the goals that I'm accomplishing, I believe in myself a lot more. I have faith in myself like one would have faith in Jesus. You know, I'm not knocking you for putting your faith in somebody else. I just choose to put my faith in me because at the end of the day, I want to be able to trust and believe. The other day I put up a lava logic. I do these on Facebook. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll see. And y'all doing a lot of comments and shit. So I'm just talking a little bit before we click out at 6. But I said it's okay to play games with yourself because yourself plays games with you all the time. And I said that because in learning me and how I do things, I learned this little game to play with myself to get myself to do the things that I want to do without making an excuse for myself not to do it. So I developed a game to play with myself, and I came up with that saying by just basically saying, yourself will play games with you all the time on why you should or shouldn't do something. So it's okay to play games with yourself. It's part of learning yourself. You got to test yourself. You got to trick yourself. You got to play yourself. And I always say this one more time before I get out of here because we got to clack back in. But the only difference between you and Beyonce or Jay-Z or whoever you look up to, whoever you admire, whoever you think got it going on, whoever doing something, the only difference between you and them is they told theyself that they could do it regardless, and they didn't give a fuck about what nobody said about it, and they set out to do it. And they kept doing it. Even if it wasn't the thing that they set out to do, they kept doing it until they made it happen. And y'all, that's the Keep It P podcast. This ain't my first shot at a podcast, and it's probably gonna be my last because Keep It P gonna be here forever, baby. Y'all gonna see. There's something special right here, especially with my my partner TZ Vine 7. Let me blank out. He probably want to tap in at 6. Hey y'all, we gonna be on Patreon tonight. $5 Patreon. We going raw tonight. We got some good topics tonight. I hope to see y'all over there. Plus, we got the call-in number on Patreon for y'all to call in and chop it up with us. Or it's gonna have the comment section and all of this same thing. So Follow us over there on the Raw. Look at that, man. Look, the number right there. We be going in on the Raw. Come over there on the Raw. Other than that, man, a couple words I'll leave you with. Love, peace, blessings, and you know, the Maloha. Come get up with me on the Raw. We over there on the Raw. We going in over there.
Bring it back, 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 back. Bring it back, 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 back. Bring it back, back. I bring it back like they took you from the premises. I bring it back like it's stolen from a nemesis.
And I swear I'm coming back.
Bang my line. You can holler at me later. Shawty bang my line. Shawty bang my line. Bang my line. You can holler at me later. Shawty bang my line. You can catch me on the book or DM me at IG. Consider me. Look, I don't play with this shit. You don't even know what I gave to this shit. Self-made with this shit. I slay with this shit. Been a lot of roads I done paved with this shit. Look.
Taking flight, changing life in one night. Like 2 a.m. do it right. Up late like midnight. Small fish, big appetite. Get an extra for if you whip it right.
We gon' do the 6 o'clock live.
We
gon' do the 6 o'clock live. Red gorilla, I eat your dog, your poochie. In a Honda or a Wave, then you could just go and say, this is a possible way for me to go and lay. Man, I knew it was something, couldn't ignore it. It was fate, it was fate. Flowers in the image, and I definitely belong here. And now that I'm here, I'ma change.
Yeah, I'm an animal. Red gorilla, I eat your dog, your poochie. Get what you're gonna get, front and center. Get
with your girl living life, with your new, standing on my tooth, graduated with my honors. TPC scientific, get into it with the class C. Kickback, zip sack,
Y'all see them t-shirts, man. Go cop one of them.